Today we're unboxing and reviewing the Joby Wavo Plus microphone. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, my name is Ronan, I make product and tech reviews, and in today's video we're going to be reviewing this microphone, which is the Wavo Plus from Joby. I've never used a microphone from Joby before, but I have used Joby products in the past. This was sent to me for review purposes, so I haven't paid any money for this microphone, but I'm really excited to open it up here and review it for you guys on my channel. Now it's time to open this thing up and see what it's like out of the box. So the first thing that I want to do is just cut these little pieces of tape or sticker here. This comes in like all cardboard packaging. So straight away we have this little card with a QR code on the front, and I'm guessing that just kind of, you scan that with your phone and it'll take you to the Joby website and give you all of the, I've just knocked the box for this off the table. It's fine, I don't need it. And then in here we have the actual microphone itself. This is really neatly packed, and I have to say I'm quite impressed with how this is packed. So we've got the microphone in the center, we've got all the cables and bits that we need down the side. So I think, yeah, okay, that just pulls down like that, and then these just pull away. So this is the microphone here, and you can see there's this rotating screw here. This mount is so you can actually mount this straight onto the hot shoe or cold shoe on your camera, which is really great. And then these are the shock mounts. So essentially what these do is it means that the microphone floats on top of the camera like this. And it means that if you're moving around and say you're vlogging or whatever, and this is sitting on top of your camera, this can wobble and shake and you're not going to get any rattle through the microphone when this moves. So that's the kind of point of that. I'm just going to set this aside and see what else we have in the packaging. So we have cables and cables and cables, and okay, so that is everything. I'll just throw that away as well. This cable here is 3.5mm jack on this end, and it's 3.5mm jack on this end. And what this does is this goes into your camera. So one end goes into the microphone, and it just goes in here, and then the other end goes into the camera. We also have a second one of these cables, and the only kind of difference really here is this one looks like it might be slightly shorter. I'll figure that out when I open these up, but this one has a straight jack, and this one has a jack at an angle, whereas this one has both of the jacks are at an angle. So that's kind of the only real difference between those two. And then we have a USB cable. Actually, we have two USB cables, and I'm really glad to see both of these USB cables. And the reason being is this one here is USB Type-C on one end and USB Type-A on the other end, which is really cool. It means that this will charge off like anything that takes a USB Type-A connection, or any of my old plugs or anything like that that take a USB Type-A connection, because I still have a lot of those. But equally, they give you a USB Type-C to USB Type-C cable as well. And that's really cool, because it just means with these two cables, you are totally covered, and you'll be able to plug this microphone into any kind of charging solution that you might need. Another thing that I've actually just spotted on this microphone that I really like is this mount here. So this mounting point will actually let you mount your microphone to a tripod, which is just a really handy thing. So it means, like, say for example, if I wanted to use this as a backup, I could mount this onto a little tripod just out of the shot here and record my audio into this microphone and into my camera, or into a second camera, or a separate audio recording device, anything like that, just to have as a second audio source or backup audio. So I really like the fact that you can mount this just onto a camera tripod. I think that's a really nice touch from Joby. And when Joby sent me the Wavo Plus, they also sent me the windjammer for the Wavo Plus. And effectively what this is, for anyone who doesn't know, so this is essentially a windshield for your microphone. So this just goes onto the microphone like this, and it's kind of a little bit finicky to get on and off. And essentially what this does is it works like a windshield So for me, like particularly if I'm vlogging and this is on and I'm out and about, it just reduces the impact of wind noise on the microphone. So you don't hear the wind blowing and your audio doesn't get kind of garbled from the wind as much as it would if you didn't have this on. And if I'm being honest, it's kind of essential if you're going to be using one of these outside. Okay, so I just want to run through some quick specs on the Joby Wavo Plus now. And the first thing that I want to talk about with this microphone is the fact that you can live monitor your audio while you're recording straight out of the microphone. So essentially what that means is you can see here, this 3.5mm jack right here with the little headphone symbol beside it, you can actually plug your headphones into this microphone and you can essentially hear exactly what the microphone hears when you're recording. So obviously for me, if I was vlogging or making a video like this and using this microphone, I wouldn't be doing that. But if I was out and about and I was filming somebody else, let's say I'm filming an interview outdoors, or I'm just using this to film an interview, I can actually live monitor the audio levels in the microphone. So that's a really cool feature. Another great feature on the Joby Wavo Plus is the fact that it switches on and off automatically when it connects to your camera. So you don't have to worry about powering this on and off. It knows when it's connected to your camera and it will turn itself on or off as it needs to. And then another thing that I'm really interested to kind of play around with on this and try out is the fact that this actually has a safe track recording feature at -10 dB. So essentially what that means is, say you're outdoors and you're recording using this microphone and there's traffic or like a car drives past or something, or again, the wind interferes with your audio, or just if you're talking in an environment like this and maybe your voice goes up and you really loudly shout into the microphone, it just means that it records a second safe track at a lower volume so that if your audio peaks on your main recording, you have a lower volume version of that recording that you can drop in the areas where it peaks. It just means that you get just that slightly better audio quality than you would have otherwise gotten if you didn't have the safe track recording. And then the next one that I'm super keen to try out is, I don't know if you can see this icon here. So this allows you to set your audio level in the microphone. So you can see on the side here where this red ring is, it's kind of like matte, but you have like glossy, and I don't know if the camera can see this, but that's set to 1, there's 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you have this little symbol here. So this is kind of like telling you that you're recording your audio volume in the microphone. But what's really cool is this symbol on the front here is actually an LED recording light. And essentially what this does is it lights up so that you can see that you're recording audio on the microphone. And then the next thing that I just want to mention with this microphone is the price. So as I said already, I didn't pay any money for this, but if you go onto the Joby website, you can actually pick one of these up right now for £189 sterling and 95 pence. So it's £189.95. And again, it's a little bit more expensive than any of the other shotgun mics that I've used before, but it's got so many extra features in it that I understand why it's so much more expensive. So I just wanted to let you guys know exactly how much this thing costs. So again, next thing I think to do now is just show you guys how this fits onto your camera, and then more crucially, what the audio actually sounds like when it's on your camera. Okay, so this is kind of my vlogging camera setup here, and this is, I think, the best way to show you guys how this works. So again, this just mounts onto the hot shoe of my camera like this. And then it should just be a matter of using one of these cables here. So you can see here, the jack here has a little camera symbol on it, indicating that this is to go into your camera. And again, I have a microphone input on my camera just on the side here. So what I'm actually going to do, just because this cable is a little long, I'm just going to run it around the outside like this, just so that I don't have like cable flapping around all over the place. And now I'm just going to turn this on. 1, 2. Okay, so that is recording. Yeah, so straight away what I can see here is the little light has come on the back of the camera. So now I am recording on this camera as well, as my main camera. I can actually see that the audio is recording here, and I just want to kind of, if I twist this knob, I want to see which way I'm going here. Okay, so I have just set this to its maximum level, and I can see that the audio on my camera isn't peaking. So I hope that this audio quality is good. I hope this actually sounds good in this camera, because I know that it sounds pretty good in this camera using just my regular microphone setup. So I'm very curious and I'm very excited to hear what the audio actually sounds like out of the Wavo Plus into my camera. What if I do this? I've just increased the volume in the microphone quite a bit, and I still don't see any indication that the audio levels are peaking, which is good in terms of just what the audio quality sounds like. The next thing that I want to try out now is I want to actually see what the audio quality is like on the Wavo Plus outside. So we're kind of in the middle of storm season here in Ireland, and we're kind of in between storms at the moment. So it's actually very windy outside, but it's currently not raining. So I'm gonna run out into the garden and see what the audio is like with the Wavo Plus. Okay, so I've just come out into the back garden, and it actually doesn't seem too windy right now. It's cold, but it's not too windy. And hopefully the audio that you guys can hear now from me with this microphone is pretty good. I'm obviously not able to hear it right now because I didn't bring headphones that I can plug into this microphone out with me. But like I say, this is very much kind of the typical vlog setup for me. I'd be walking around, or I'd be out and about in the world with my camera, my microphone, all that kind of stuff. And this is kind of how I vlog, and this is how I make kind of like vlog style content. I am very keen to kind of take this camera back inside and kind of check this footage back, just so I can get a feel for what the audio quality is like. Okay, so I'm in the middle of editing this video, and I have been reviewing all of the audio that I recorded into the camera using the Joby Wavo Plus microphone. And my first impressions are that I'm really impressed with this little mic. So the initial recordings that I made using the microphone indoors, I thought that the quality was really nice. It had a really full sound to it in a way that some of the other microphones that I've used in the past haven't. And then equally, when I brought the microphone outdoors and had it outside in kind of like not terrible weather, but not great weather either, I have to say I was really impressed with just the general overall quality that the microphone picked up. I thought everything was really clear, and yeah, just on the whole, I have to say I am really impressed with the Joby Wavo Plus, having used it for just a very brief period. Also, just one quick thing to note, the audio that you're hearing right now is being recorded through the Wavo Plus as well. So yeah, on the whole, I have to say I'm really impressed with how this mic is performing so far, and I am keen to use it more in my content in the future. Okay, so that is all I have to say about the Joby Wavo Plus microphone for now. I hope you've liked this video. If you do, please give it a big thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video.